Again, we're going to be in an accelerated game state because of this circle, right? One thing that's interesting is the great...
Oh, just barely. BB didn't go for the full spray just because he got the bottom of the car, so that's going to give Code Marco some time.
Oh, no.
But Self-Kick does get spotted out. That's going to be our first blood down for PNC.
Beamy doesn't miss those often, so actually now Ketta's going to be able to roll past Schiller as well. Schiller going down. He was one of the big heavy fraggers for Tukey in the survival stage. So already big blows going their way. This whole mountainside is now EMEA coded here.
This is just kind of nuts and rotates. Okay, this is going to be back over next to Georgia Pole South in that hillside, and now we're getting a couple of squads stacked up over on top of each other. Most notably, it's going to be Germany running right into Denmark. We also have a cluster over in the northern part of the circle. Chris gets spotted out. That's one down already. Denmark in a dominant position here. It's
Meals on Wheels just being able to be delivered here to Denmark constantly. What is this, guys?
He has got enough time to kind of reset themselves. They are in the internal section of it, and Pippa is going to spot out one. Capitan coming down from the high ground. Can he get an angle on anybody from Finland playing the walls?
Need reinforcements on the way, but the problem is that they're across the other side of the road at the moment, and it's not easy to be able to dislodge people from one side of the road to the other. So Finland was divided, and now they've been punished for it. Oh my days, that's circle number 2. All right, well, we need to keep focusing on this fight, and we'll talk about the circle later. Asata, what can you do? A little bit of smoke forwards. If you want to make a recovery happen on any kind of blue chip or a pickup here down the line, you've got to be more aggressive on this. A potential rotate flank around here from Argentina. Even if they thought maybe that the Finnish player was going to be looking for maybe an off angle, that was like a potential interception coming on in. But this circle, once again, can continue to be wild. I can't believe technically Novo's still in. There's almost no way we go down there, considering that the circle still has to center up on playable area. And we do, of course, go to what is one of the more predictable places in a circle 3. But still, red zones will persist into the circle 2.
Okay, you managed to call back in their players. Nowhere to really go. They spot out Denmark, so it's going to be a shift down to Novo. Germany, after their bad rotate, they still have Novo, but they've got to go. A little bit of wall bouncing going on, but Sada is going to go down to the blue zone.
By USA. As you say, they're still going to need to get some moving going pretty darn soon. Okay, Argentina's getting aggressive on this, trying to get rid of him. Does take down Scab. It's only Curexi left, but you can't underestimate one of Virtus Pro's killers.
I mean, Corexi just makes miracles happen, taking so much damage already. This is phase number 3, so this is starting to tick enough to be a big problem. Corexi, though, we know this guy can handle playing outside in the blue, can really find some ways to slow it down. But Argentina, I think, just realizing we have to commit to this. There's no other options. Capitan playing this much more aggressive. I think, is he placing the C4? Yeah. This is a way to solve the problem, to say the least.
Yep. You're going to have to come out of that building one way or another. I don't think... I mean, of course, C4s were nerfed a little bit to the point where their explosion was a lot less. Oh, he's right next to him. Doesn't realize. Tries to move on out here. Tries to come for it, but no, not going to be the case. Takes down.
Across the bridge, Philippines, who's been contained by the USA. It's just been a carryover, as now it is going to be a Panzerfaust to knock everyone out, and Germany is eliminated.
Great stuff by Philippines, showing why they were able to qualify through so strongly, as it's Chris, of course, was back up. But okay, here's our shift. Is it going to be bonkers? Already neutral, setting up an emergency pickup to try and get there. Oh my God! What a shift for our first Circle 4 of PNC. Denmark is laughing on the cliffside.
Turkey's got themselves a boat and a rock. This is actually a pretty safe place to play for right now, because everybody else is going to be funneled in on that peninsula. Ukraine going to be defending it over into the northwest, and then over into the east, it's just going to be anybody's game as they're going to be fighting for it. Brazil, you can see China, no real good options over here. Great Britain trying to keep out Thailand, who's trying to encroach. Korea on the other side of it. There's not a lot of compounds. This is just going to be hillsides and mostly control play. All on defense. How well can you hold it?
So crazy to think how this circle is going to play out now, as Michael does go down for Great Britain. The rest of Great Britain's going to have to get on away here from Thailand. They've got too much firepower. That said, though, Indonesia's also chipping in. Queen does take down Scappy as well. Not too bad to be able to save a little bit of Great Britain's bacon at the moment. Tigger, maybe a little bit of a res from Belmoth coming on out here. it's funny because, again, if this was any previous tournament, the compound that Thailand had would have been amazing. This time around, though, not the case. Neutral's gone to the cliffside as well. These cliffs can be extremely powerful here, Matrim. It bears repeating.
Yeah, trying to go for a move around. Turkey, he's going to go ahead and get the flush out, but here's the roll-in. Everybody on top of each other, and it is China just absolutely demolishing Indonesia, but the counter push, the defense holds strong.
Desperate times, desperate measures for a lot of teams. China down as well. Brazil. Tony was able to take down Setsuna on it from Indonesia. Everybody is trying for a mad dash, an absolute scramble, considering how terrible these circles are for these players. And now you can see Korea is going to be the one trying to make the move here on this eastern side as well, crashing onto the position of Vietnam, seeing what they can get done. They run over each other. It's all full panic here, Matrim.
There is no terrain to fight for. Instead, it's just about kills. You need to stack up your points, and you want to start the day strong. Turkey down low, near on nothing to work with. Vietnam is now eliminated. Korea down in the trenches, still has to deal with the position coming up from Thailand as well as Great Britain. Down to the south, it is still going to be Denmark as well as neutral watching everything going on to the north, and Brazil and Ukraine just comfortably watching everything go on inside the circle. Closer to them, Korea now making their push right on top of Great Britain. They've got to defend the rock, the high ground, and the control, but it is so messy down here. Songjong managed to find one. Fex managed to find one on the other side of it. So 2 up for Great Britain, but they're afraid of the backstab. They don't know if Thailand's going to be coming up back behind them, but it's Brazil taking shots at Thailand to kind of stall them out, making this a contained fight. Fex now starting to feel a bit more brave, running into the thick of all of it. Does manage to find out Songjong and gets the knock on him.
Yep, not bad at all. Heaven, though, will clean it all up in the end to be able to shut that down, but at the same time here now, Thailand senses the opportunity, senses the third-party weakness. Tigger with the double and pushes them out straight away. Thailand bided their time and at just the right moment was able to strike.
Oh, Ukraine coming alive. No. Brazil wanted to go for a bit of a push into Ukraine, and it is instantly punished. Tony now the last one up, looking into the eyes of all Ukraine coming down right after. Gets a good angle onto one, but that's all he can get. Brazil now eliminated. The circle pops, and it goes to the south.
Yes, it does. Still very much favoring Denmark at the moment, as now more shots here from Belmoth. Belmoth going to be, alongside Thailand, the last remaining hope for the East in this first game. Ukraine, neutral, Denmark. I mean, they were forged in these circles, my friend. I'll tell you that much. They've had to deal with some stuff. Always from neutral there. Seeing if they can dislodge a little bit more of what Denmark's actually cooking up. But Aduzi does take down Mixon, and that is going to be a trigger the push here from them. They really divided and conquered very nicely there. It was a good smoke line to deny any lines of sight from Gustav and Keta.
Pressure still continuing to mount onto Denmark. They were the first ones in position. They felt like this was their territory, but it's slowly and steadily being taken away from them. Oh, how good is this angle going to be? This is going to be really hard to hit. It's going to be on a recessed position. Everybody now going to the lower section. Gustav reads it, knows where they're coming from. Good shots, gets a knock onto one, gets the second one. Gustav's defense is strong, but he doesn't have much more to work with. Just a few bullets in the bag.
Either they didn't know that he was exactly there, or Levante was expecting his partner to be up close with him a little bit further, because Levante was looking backwards, around the corner, around the water, whilst Lou were a little bit too far away from him. It's a double there for Gustav to get things rolling against neutral. What a blunder.
And Ketter's had to stay so focused in protecting Gustav, that's allowed Ukraine to creep in right back behind them. Gustav manages to dodge out the nade, but it has gotten really spicy over here. Thailand just trying to keep an eye on what's going on, but it is all gone along this coastline for the peninsula itself. Ketter's got to focus in, defend up his teammates. He's a bit vulnerable, but draws the aggro, looks back down. Gustav goes for more.
No way. Is Gustav going to clean them all up? Is this actually real? Let's find out. At the same time, the problem is that Ukraine's still lurking in the background during all of this. Keta, what can he see? Doesn't quite see a doozy here, lying down at the moment. He's slow rolling this game, knowing that there is the potential that another team on another side of the circle could go down before him, but it's all gone wrong now for neutral after having such a good push up against Mixon. Will Aduzi do anything? I think it's impossible from here, Matrim.
Well, I mean, Gustav still also has to get into the circle, so he can't stay here much longer, and he knows it. He's hoping the fact that maybe Aduzi doesn't have like a blue zone backpack, maybe he'll go down fast, something else along those lines, because he still has to get into a point, and Ukraine is just taking all of the control points away from him. There you go. Okay. That is going to be enough. All eyes are now starting to turn onto Ukraine as Thailand's drawn some of the aggro away on one side of it. Shots now starting to come out from Denmark. They wanted to get a knock. Don't quite get it, but Diffex drops the nade, flushes out Belmont, and Kiss goes down.
I don't think you can let Ukraine win this, because we saw what they did in the survival stage, and if they start off strong here in the grand final, I think that is scary for everybody else involved. Gustav now is trying his very best. Boostic takes down Keta once again. Gustav trying to get something going here against Fairist and the boys. Gustav does go down, as Kiss has also been fully confirmed here from Fairist. This is, if you... Oh, he's tried to pop him midair. That was smart.
Creeps around the other side, might be trying to go for maybe some more ammo or maybe another.
I totally and completely agree. I think that Thailand and Denmark looks at Ukraine as an incredible threat. So can you shut them down? Of course, taking second place and getting the placement points for it will be big. But if you can somehow shut down Ukraine after what we witnessed across those 2 days of survival stage, Keta, though, still looking the way. Keta's been knocked multiple times, got back up. Gustav knocked multiple times, got back up. The resilience of Denmark on full display here, as now in the smoke's going to try and dig down, but the circle's going to be moving. The spot is on point now. These teams got... Oh, what a Molotov!
Oh, that is massive. Tigger decides that, no, I'm just going to go for whatever points I can get, and that is going to be Boostic finally putting down Gustav, who was just pivotal in so much of the action over here, and it is just Tigger, the last one up, looking at 3 players for Ukraine, but they all have to walk right into his line of sight. Can he get the shots onto him? No!
They're going directly towards Brazil. Tony will unleash the first volley of shots, does a ton of damage on the scab, but he manages to get inside of Sparking, misses the shots.
Yeah, he didn't expect that complete run across. He sort of dubbed him and went back towards the right. Shots were going at the top. Correct, he's getting a pedicure, but he lays low just in time. Grenades will come through. They're trying to isolate. Now they get, unfortunately for Tony, gets IX'd down. And for Finland's aggressive stance, it gets turned around.
Yeah, Tony drops a really good nade on the other side as well, as Corexi takes a cut of damage. It forces him into shots on the other side, and Corexi is just going to try to get on the move. Good shots from Scab, though, will force him back, but Corexi is caught out by Tony.
He's been caught out. He does get knocked out. Tony does find the opportunity, but for Finland, they are, again, back to themselves, back close. But for Team Brazil, they've got a complete grip on this fight. Either side, Scab, though, gets shot in the back, and it's Tony once more.
Yeah, this kid dominated last year in the PUBG Players Tour when he was playing on Team Mira, and he's kicked things off this year pretty well as game.
Oh.
Sata will take down Sparking, and another Brazil player falls. This time it's BL, as he tried to join in the fight, and suddenly it's become a 2 versus 2. Sata will sit behind the metal barricades, but this fight could go either way, Mark.
Yeah, Sata gets the opportunity now. He does get the med back on, can hear the footsteps on the other side. Malu goes out, tries to go for the defense, has the higher cover though. Swaps for Tony, but Tony jumps and scores, and he gets a wipe though.
4
And
kills.
Tony backs up a 4-pack, a complete team wipe.
Thick area as well are also trying to make their way down with that 2-2 split, but up towards the north, Denmark and Argentina both having similar thoughts as drive-by action. Mixon's going to take down Pipa.
In ability there, Mixon does get him. Shots do come in from Gustav as well. They pick up the quick kill. Pipa will fall. Argentina have the compound now. I think that's where Denmark were looking to go, so they have to keep rotating around. Talk about rotation. Ukraine looking for some higher ground. Philippines were here first though, and they are split. Ukraine, they stack up as a 4. Dangerous. So they park the cars, they look for the climb.
Yeah, and the Philippines have a curious split. It looks like a 2-2, but the players are kind of, in theory, a bit more separated than that. So you've given Ukraine the high ground now on this hill, just on the eastern side of it.
Vard though on the other side. He jumps up and Vard will put Gustav down, but he's by himself here. Gibson takes a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, drops back into cover, and the fact that he's so far away from the rest of the team as well means he is going to fall back. If anything, what that knock has done has bought him time for his retreat. He pops the first aid for now. But looking at the map, he can actually play this position for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and Delwyn towards that east, actually setting up the mortar fire here. South Korea will put in just on the top of Vietnam. They are split slightly, but they are the only team really in.
EAC could be in trouble here.
Yeah, but don't know exactly where he is. I think he does. He steps up though.
Oh, no.
Doesn't quite get the connection. The Panya comes through. Levante is there. But Jordan goes for the exchange. O'Doos on the other side gets Cowboy as they look to try and claim the higher ground. So neutral fight on multiple fronts.
Yeah, Cowboy riding in that steel horse, but it didn't quite work the way for him as he ends up falling, getting taken down by a doozy. As really, where was this version of neutral all the way through survival stage, as USA now are down to just the 2 players standing? They didn't get Shrimsy back. They've lost Cowboy. This is going to be tough for them to get points as we jump over to this fight between Thailand and Germany.
Germany got this sort of trench they can work from. They can hear the BRDM. Ares, though, picks up the Panzer. Doesn't need to quite use it at the moment. It's going to be a hard push for Thailand. They know they've got to commit if they come over towards the top. Neutral pull up, though. China, well, not China. Spaceman does get effects. Hakatori gets Lu, though, as he plays peekaboo around the outside. Molly will go free. Post box it into the window. And oh my God, that guy, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, that's incredible from Hakatori. Ukraine take a big bit of damage from that nade on the other side, but Fairest, he will get another kill confirmed on the board as Levante has also been knocked here. Ukraine holding the line, and this is just 3 of them.
Yeah, I think it was stolen very, very good.
A lot of damage here. Pains on the other side will take down Queen from Indonesia. Jekski is down as well, and Germany putting in a ton of work as Setsuna swings across, and Germany are eliminated.
They go down. That was a real brawl, though. Street battle out by the petrol station. For the United Kingdom, they've lost Vex. They are trying to apply pressure. Great double blue zone, but China unable to get unhinged from that position. They have backed away slightly. They are still have to hold as the smoke wall now comes out. T-Bone leading the charge. Yahoo just in front.
Yeah, I remember Team UK, former PNC champions. Here's the nade, does a ton of damage, and T-Bone wipes them out. Team UK now picking up a bunch more points as China are going to fall. And UK, now they need to focus on getting in the zone.
They do. Ukraine losing some bodies. Purdy Curdy cause an issue. Team USA, now that's a solo player, but Purdy with a point at the board puts them on to 2. Looking to try and deny anything that they can. Will come through. Hakatori will fall down. T-Bone looking to try and make the move on this as well. Ferris, though, is out in the blue. T-Bone is juggling, but for Ukraine, they're down to a solo. It's a 1 versus 1 outside the zone.
Yeah, and you can see the damage that they're taking inside that blue as well. Phase 5 really starting to hurt, and that nade's going to cause a world of trouble, and down goes Fairest. Ukraine ain't going to get the win this time. Somebody else might take away top spot, and maybe it could be Denmark who are pushing up to Vietnam.
Batunian's got the better of T-Bone as well. He's still out in the blue, and he gets another knock opening and point confirmed. And for Team Denmark, they pull up and they step out. Himas, though, with that P90 shook apart.
Yeah, Turkey eliminated here now as they fall in 8th place. Back-to-back 8ths for them as they now fall as well. Vietnam up to 4 kills as we have 22 players still alive. And Mark, Brazil are just chilling, set expectations of Argentina.
Yeah, same. Their position, their aggressive stance for this game number 2 is good. Indonesia trying to cause some damage, trying to G up the rest of their lobby to get rid of that BRDM. For Team Thailand, they are moving back, and this is kind of the point of interest for me. Brazil should get a read in this, and they've got a player south side of the road as well. Nade will come out. Here comes the second and third. We'll go over the top, and oh my God, Heather finds Tandu, and it's straight to Kraken. He's causing major problems. Brazil trying to get the claim, but unable to get that finish.
Yeah, big from Brazil, helping out Korea big time there, and Tanvu is down, leaving Himas, the MVP of 2025, the last player standing. Argentina have sent it down now as well, as they're starting to put pressure on. Emmy will send off some shots, and you've left Heaven. Heaven's defending the North all by himself, while the rest of the team don't want to let Vietnam get the reses, and Vietnam might be about to get everyone back on their feet.
It's going to be close, though. It's going to be really close. Remember, they've been down before. They've stacked up. One good grenade, one good molly, though. They look pretty close, but it's gone just on the other side of the ridge. For Vietnam, they're escaping. Are they escaping the clutches? It's a Panzer. Does he pull the trigger? He doesn't. He disengages and goes back the other way.
Vietnam, 9 lives for this roster as they're back up to a 3 once more. Korea still not done with him yet. Another molly thrown. That one's better. Heather finally hits the Panzer, and it's back down to Himas once more. P90 at the ready. But they just don't know where he's standing. Himas, he gets one. He's going to get a kill confirmed, and he's still kicking with a P90.
He is kicking strongly. He's got the ammo to continue. He goes, you say 9 lives. I say 10. He's going to potentially go for it. It comes through, and it comes through the top. Heather looks for that P90, and for South Korea, they get away just about.
In PNC history between the Brazilians and the Argentinians, as the kiss of death has been given by BL.
BL looking for that in the second. Goes down to individuals. Gappy has to lay low. The grenade, not just 1, but 2. It bounces, but they bounce downhill. The second one looks pretty good, but it's going to be short.
Only 19 damage found by BL. Another nade tossed up, though. This one, will it hit Pater? This one, no, it takes the same bounce. Kraken looking up once more, but Sparking's going to be the first one to find the knock. But straight on cue, Thailand's going to trade one back as Kraken will fall. 5 shots with the links, but Kiss misses too. Escape will fall on the other side from Capitan as everybody's going at it.
Yeah, it's a round robin we go. Kisto, he's going out with a bang. It's the blue that will claim Thailand. They fall in fourth. Now we activate. Now the move goes to Brazil. Caught to charge on forward. And for Capitan, he's also going to fall. So Kraken will fall down as well.
3v2, v3 now. Korea still with 3 players up, but they're going to start making their send as Capitan spots out one, but he can't find the knock with the 4x spray on the AUG. Maybe the blue zones though, Mark. Maybe these could be a lot better. That name's bang on.
It is absolutely bang on. They've zeroed it in. Now, the other side, it's a South American press sandwich, though. South Korea in the middle. Capitan has the high ground. Shoots the money out of the air just in front of him. Gumin still holds on.
Yeah, but Sparking steals that kill away. He drops the nade up from Brazil as DraftKings has got a bit of terrain to play. Another nade from Sparking as he looks to find one more, sending it towards Argentina. Heaven taking a ton of damage, but it's Emmy on the flank.
It's Emmy on the flank, and Argentina, though, keeping the bodies up, keeping the terrain. Capitan down to 1 HP. Sparking, he plays peekaboo, and South Korea they will fall into third. It's a 3 versus 2. It's a head-to-head, and it's a South American all-star roster.
Yeah, this is big now for Argentina. They've got the high ground, they've got the numbers, but BL has got a Panzer. One good shot from that could cause so many problems from Argentina. The blue zone forcing them back, but the center point not really controlled by anybody other than Brazil here, Mark, because Argentina have got the worst bit of terrain.
Now you got to remember how they got in. They've got the potential to use the utility. That Panzer is in weight. One good shot comes through, but it whistles over the head. Well, he makes the move around, uses the smoke, but he's got a Scar in hand. But he has now the position to take the victory if he can stop this push.
Oh, Capitan, he gets the cross, and Capitan's going to deal some damage over to Sparking. BL on the other side of the smoke. He steps over, he finds one. It's a 2 versus 2 now, but Argentina have secured center circle. BL will get that knock, as we said, but there's no real utility left for Brazil, Mark. All that Argentina have as well is the cover. They've just got the deployable cover.
Yeah, but the deployable cover is good. They're bottled up. They're going to stack the guns. They stack both guns one way. DraftKings finds one. Quick confirmation done. Sparking get through. And Sparking
off kilter. Does see him a bit. Goes for the spray. That's really good shot. Sololzi. Great stuff with the K2.
Oh, and Great Britain started to make a commitment in. Vard's going to get some vision. Does get a counter knock onto Sololzi. But Hymas has already managed to drop off onto point. Feck's going more aggressive onto positioning. This is becoming a much more committed fight than I think that maybe Vietnam was expecting.
It's been a rough start for Vietnam. 11 points on the board. It's not too bad, but at the same time, losing people here early would be extremely detrimental. Nade's being charged up. Can we dislodge some of this Great Britain position? As that is a brilliant nade. But you try for something a bit more central, because those are also going to be kind of camped at the moment. Here's China. Little Ghost coming in from the emergency pickup that we saw before here. Michael does take him down, but actually stolen away by Schiller here. So Turkey exerting themselves on some of this third party because of all of those leaves.
Oh, rolls right by Philippines, but Alec is going to go down. It's going to be Aries that manages to get him. All right, Germany, this is a lot more active, and they still have this hillside. If they can keep control over this area, this is one of the better points to play from. You got a lot of vision down into the movement that's going to be going on, specifically to the south of you. So this is a much more active Germany in these stages, and they needed it. This is 3 points right now, and it has been a hard day for them so far.
Yep, a few shots coming his way, though, as Justice is trying to dig on down and burrow themselves in on the north side of this circle. Yeah, a little bit precarious, though, right? You've got a downed player right next to you whilst you're doing that, as Alec here no doubt will bleed out, and that's an MG3 in the hands of Germany if they want it. And meanwhile, our circle does shift once again, straight to the middle. Turkey going to be laughing, so is Korea as well. You can even hear the crowd very happy about Korea getting that circle.
I'm still just continuing to worry about China's position as they are kind of caught in this no man's land between moving into the hills where you have some more safety, but you still have the fields that are just to the south of you where Godok can really just tear into you if you get too close.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, and you'd hope that in some of these boots as well, they've got some gear for Levante if they can get him down and to him as well. As now Delwyn's going to spot a doozy, but no, not going to take him out at all. Delwyn down and gone. I wonder if they do have a porter available to them. Here comes Vietnam once again, though. Tanvu on his left-hand side. That's a perfect pre-nade almost on that corner, as Tanvu does bounce back against it. Argentina very close by as Brazil is doing a lot of work here against Denmark, trying to get them done, get them out of here. Because the thing is that this is on the edge of the circle as well. These teams are going to start having to move from Godok, as you were mentioning, and find themselves purchase on what could be a little bit further into the circle. Technically, you can play the fields north of it. It's not too bad, but you can't have teams behind you when you're playing those fields.
Yeah, and with the stack that we've got going on right now, Argentina chomping at the bit. Actually, already has a player trying to gatekeep out any movement from Brazil or Denmark on the other side of it. So it's just kind of become a pressure cooker over here, as there's not too many other options to play from. Even having Thailand starting to get some vision on what could be going on. Brazil's realized that they put themselves in a pretty precarious position, has to pick which side do they want to go for. Argentina, the closer range threat, or Denmark, the one that's going to be in front of them on their path to the circle.
Still more nades into a very confined area that aren't quite catching what they need to. As Biel still waiting here for Argentina to make a move. He sees the back of the guns, so doesn't want to strike just yet. And there we go. Good stuff by Biel. Biding his time, waiting for that perfect opportunity as he does peek on out there. And that now tips off Argentina to the fact that this is a vulnerable angle. So they kind of reinforce that spot, trying to find themselves. Oh, your toesies, you got to cover yourself, mate.
You can even see that Denmark's trying to get a bit more aggressive on the other side of Brazil, but Brazil's doing a good job of just bouncing between the different targets, reading it all. Argentina can't find an easy pass into what's going to be going on and the circle. Biel just doing a great job on defense. But that is opening up slow and steady movements from Denmark to have one inside the circle and the other one kind of keeping an eye on what's going to be going on. While this is happening, there is another fight that's starting to brew up to the north. That's going to be Vietnam as well as Indonesia, with Ukraine and maybe Finland all stacked up on top of each other. It looks like Ukraine is now ready to go. 3 kills and tons more in front of them.
Yeah, okay, they've been unleashed once again, and not too much surprise at all that they've come in at a perfect time to be able to third party what could be a lot of kills going their way. They just need to find openings. That potentially is one though, but it is a lot of damage coming from the other side as well, as Pains was doing tons of damage to them, and at the same time now Boostic does unleash here against its Chris. Oh, there's so many teams up here.
I mean, you gotta give it to Imas. He's trying his hardest to stay alive, just juking through it all, but Ukraine is on a tear. Ferris playing very far back. Could be bumping into Batulins in just one moment. Germany, the new task in front of Ukraine, is it looks like they have goals, and that goal is to kill everybody that's gonna be around them. Poor old Philippines still has a solo up pretty close as well, but Ukraine, how do you want to go for this? Are you gonna focus in on Germany, or are you just gonna go for the circle first? Given the way they play, I feel like Germany is on the table.
Yeah, sweep around to clear it up is very much the MO of Ukraine at the moment. Scappy goes around the corner here to be able to clean up the rest of Denmark, and that's them gone. In a similar vein, but now Ukraine pushing on the Great Britain at the moment. Here, Nade was initially charged, but then actually switches over straight to the gun, realizing the aggression's coming. Diffex has been taken down, though, by Michael, but he does take down Fex, 1-for-1 at the moment. Hackstory and Ferris looking to clean the rest up.
Ferris with near on no life, just committing in, doesn't care, knows the fact that they need to get this knock and they need to get control over area, does finally take down the United Kingdom, but Ferris the last one up with just a smidgen of life.
Yeah, Kiss is looking for the kind of nail in the coffin here for Ukraine. As always, you cannot let this guy go by, even if there's just a little bit, but that's perfect. Whoa! Whoa! Wait a minute! The perfect timing to deny the line of sight on that nade. I cannot believe what I just saw.
Korea realized what was going on, where Ukraine was going to be playing from. Looks like they made a move down to the south. They were trying to get involved. Ukraine is finally going to be eliminated. That puts Thailand lined up against Korea. USA having more movement up in the north, hunting after the remnants of Germany. Going to go for a nade. Bit too far out. Is Justice going to be able to get a lot of vision on what's going on with USA, but can't even really get much of a play out of it. USA is playing the high ground. It's going to be its own problem. They've just got to start rushing down. Pains pops up. Aries as well. USA just walks into a kill box.
Aries just put himself a kill leader for this game as well. So not bad there at all by Germany. But now they still know that technically Metabay is across the way. There's no more util on Metabay's side, and he's careful about actually peeking on over to try and make something work here against them. Still, Aries looking for an opportunity. Likes to flicker on around here, but he is taken down by Schiller. Also, Kiss is still looking at this from the other side of the circle.
Schiller trying to make something happen, and it is going to be a two-front war. Is on one side, it's going to be Germany, Thailand on the other. That is going to be Germany firmly eliminated, but Tigger is right up in the face of Turkey. Lots of independent firefights going on as Korea's trying to take control over the circle.
Yeah, and the crowd knows it as well. They've unleashed at just the right time here. They were biding their time on that east side of the circle, but this is an opportunity for South Korea to just have a free win, honestly, because everybody is mullering each other. Turkey down, China down. Now Thailand on the opposite side. That'd be good.
Wants to play on a closer angle. Nades go a little bit too far. Scappy just barely survives.
So close. They know that he's in there. Can they get rid of him? Yes, they can. That's 2 down. I'm sorry, Kiss. You might be able to make magic in the past happen, but a 4 against you here for South Korea. I think the home crowd's going to be very happy charging up one of these nades here to try and deal with it, but it's not going to be enough.
Maybe, or I suppose he's just waiting for the rest of the team to catch up, and he's waiting. He doesn't have to wait for too long. CJ comes up and exposes his position. He's now got to try and pop a smoke because Thailand, they want to try and find the angles of him. He spins around, he gets him as well. Tico will fall.
Oh my God, great shots. I was about to say all you had to do, CJ, was shoot the damn card, but eventually he got it done. DraftKings with a bridge cap. Pipa will get one. Pipa gets a second, and a third's going to fall as Menaby goes down at the hands of Capitan. That is a much better trap set, and Argentina picking up a bunch of points.
Oh, that's horrible for Turkey as well, because that's the final. Sheila's the only one remaining, and he's already gone. He's rotating. They had options. They picked the wrong one. Unfortunately for them, they fall in the hands of Argentina. Back towards Thailand, though. On the trying defensive, they lost the player, but now that's trying. Ayak will come up. There's actually the grenade that puts Melmoth down.
Yeah, and Aya's going to confirm that one out as well. So for Thailand, this is tough. And if you're Philippines, get rid of those blue chips, or at least guard them for a little while, because Thailand will want to try get them back a little while later with the blue zone starting to close, and Alec is just hunting. He wants it, and there might even be a crash course with Finland here.
Well, we know Finland likes to normally take a few fights early. We know Turkey's not going to be able to come back from this one, as the blue chips, as you can see in the bottom right of your corner of your screen, is now going to be descended. So they have to come back, and Turkey, only as a solo now, complete reset for that team.
Yeah, and they're looking at Thailand as well. Just the two players, Scappy and Kiss, they'll need to work together as Salolzi is going to drive directly in towards Sparking. Sparking hits a headshot, but it ain't enough to get the job done. C-swap, Sparking's forced into cover. Vietnam might take this fight unless Sparking can get a knock.
Yeah, he gets an opening. He doesn't quite get the opening. It comes from the other side. BL, not just one, but gets the second down as well. So they find some early points. Vietnam, BRDM is coming all the way around. Needs to try and isolate him, and he gets the opportunity now to get a medal. You can't knock that car off the road.
They're going to try. Anyway, BL with the M249's thinking, I have enough rounds to cause a problem for this BRDM. So he keeps spraying it down, jumping out as Delwyn. Delwyn wins it, but Kraken had the cover.
Oh my God, talk about Kraken helping out there. There was a world that he got the knock, got back in and disappeared, potentially. Brazil, BRDM is now gone. Gets the opportunity now to get the res on. And now look at this, Germany coming in that bottom side of the screen. They're going to go for the third party. And the zone goes west. One more time, Gibson.
Oh my word, it's exactly what I thought it might do. Because of the way the zones have gone as Ares gets back inside the Pika bus. The Nando ain't going to land. Ares down to 1 HP. Sparking's only got 30 rounds left as well here, Mark.
Handbrake! Ares forgot to stop the Pico bus. Sparking, he does get the opportunity, gets the call. Ares goes down. Brazil has the higher ground for Germany. They did part leave the town, but unfortunately for them, they got divided in two. So justice remains in Jiaoting. It's Chris further afield and Payne's even further towards the west.
They know exactly where he is. They know it's a solo. Chilla's going to toss the nade one direction, take the fight the other. That's good. Oh, that was almost so good. Had the nade been a bit better. But Turkey, they're eliminated, and Denmark they'll be able to take up that little pit for now.
I'm surprised he actually popped out the hole to take the shots. I think he could have stayed hidden. I think Denmark didn't know he was there. Maybe played by, knew. But yeah, potentially. If they went past it, I think they would have spotted up. It's really hard to spot those trenches, especially when you're rotating past in one dome.
Sparking as well with an interesting loadout. He's got the M16, the disc out DMR, I used to always call it, as his second weapon in reserve. And the ammo counts for Brazil not looking great either, Mark. Like, they might be relying on kills and crates to get their ammo because they don't have enough for multiple fights right now. Well, he managed to get the first aid off as the Philippines take the aerial route as they go up onto the hills by Denmark.
They do go on the hills by Denmark. They've got the recall coming down above them as well, so you can get information from a UAV. But Denmark taking the shots first. Gustav Ketzer, they're opening up, and Philippines falling.
Yeah, blue zone need there as well. Hold back the push, but it's just a 2 versus 2 for now. CJ will step inside the smoke, looks down towards the Blanco. He takes a big spray from Gustav, who's just got Algin bots left to deal with. Now, Algin looks like he's got the nade at the ready to throw on down as he smokes off one direction, but here come Argentina. Yeah,
Argentina will sweep by. Finland sweep unpassed as well. They go very much towards that west zone, just down towards the southwest corner. Argentina, aggressive stance, take the high ground, now trying to farm the kills.
Yeah, but Finland are coming this way. Ukraine aren't too far away either. It's just chaos as Emmy sprays down towards the Ukrainian player who's just come back in. And Bustik will find the kill on the Tigger. So Thailand getting torn apart now. Pipa going to shoot down the fence. Knows where he is, Mark. One more shot should do it.
Come on, Diffix, are coming behind. Germany's coming involved as well. They need to get points, and that's what they're going to go for now. Biba is going to be there. Diffix said he's on the other side of this hill. It has a little bit of a climb to happen. And for Argentina, though, they are applying pressure. Fex does find the final player, though. Belmouth will fall from Thailand. And here we go. Argentina crashed the compound, boost it, kill and confirm.
That's brilliant, and that leaves Diffix now as the last player standing for Ukraine as they go back down to a solo. And the thing is, Argentina should know this, so if I was them, I'd be pushing to try get these kills confirmed. As like that move. I think the hill towards the south, even though it's higher, you know, potential fights, is a better move. But here comes Korea. They're sending it in. That's a great nade. That's going to take down Heaven as Levante will find that one. And maybe that might be the signal for the other teams here to activate too.
Yeah, it looks like Brazil's looking to try and climb the compound. UK have to try and hold. They're focusing on the other sides here. Shrimsy does find Indonesia, but that's at a distance. Fex does find the opportunity as well. Grenade will go in hand. As Batulians, though, he's one of two, but he's got his wingman of Lu right next to him.
Yeah, that nade does a bit more damage, but for South Korea, this is not looking good. Gumin will dip into that dip for now, hide behind the Pika bus, but Batulins, he's going to try airburst that nade. It goes up over the high ground. That's a great BZ.
Right, BZ.
That's landed right in the dip.
Yeah, playing more basketball as it comes off the backboard. Ewan has to kind of escape. Blue takes some damage though as he does run out from Team UK. Tordins has a very difficult decision to try and make. Oh my God, how has he got away with that?
I don't know. It's just magic. Maybe it's home bias. Maybe it's plot armor, but he's still alive. UK coming under pressure from Brazil, by the way, on the other side of this fight too, as Lou and Batulins are still the last two neutral players standing. Human using the audio sprays over towards Lou and does a little bit of damage, Mark, but not quite enough. And look at the US, they actually pushed towards Brazil. Yeah, it just opened up for them. They had an opportunity to try and get some more points. They came to the base, but Brazil opened things up, trying to causing them some problems. They try and get the angle. In USA, though, they rolled the dice. It doesn't roll their way. 12th place for them. Good rotation, but doesn't quite execute the way they wanted. Brazil need to push to get those crates now as Indonesia's Setsuna has been deleted as well, so Brazil need the ammunition. Human still alive, but it's phase 5 blue and he's only got one first aid left to work with, so it ain't looking good for Korea. T-Bone, he's actually going to find a knock here, a flush on the Levante as it's all getting active, and Mark, that shift goes directly towards the Chinese. Yeah, UK obviously have ride the wave a little bit. It felt a bit chaotic. Obviously with Brazil unable to claim the compound, I think they have to applaud that Team USA came in at the right time. It now allows them sort of for Team UK to focus back towards the north, try and deny entry for Team Neutral, try and deny entry for South Korea. Gimin obviously trying to take as many steps as he can to get closer towards the edge. But Team Neutral, Gibson, they don't need to move. They just need to wait. Yeah, just wait and pick up the pieces. But the problem is, the longer they wait, Mark, the more of a problem Team UK be for them, because UK have a better path to the circle. Batulins will eventually pick up that point. We're still 9 teams up, though, as we enter phase 6. So Vietnam are going to fall Ukraine. They survive out towards the placement points now. And now here comes Team Neutral. They've had to make the run round. Lou finds T-Bone. And Vex now has to try and hold up. And Vard's not too far away. Huge nade from him. Yeah, Vex is holding the angle on the other side. He sprays, but Lou manages to cross the ground and he's made it up towards that wall. So it's a 2 versus 2 of standing players. Another smoke and another dip down towards the edges. A doozy is still trying to stay in the fight, but this is big for both of these teams. It is big, but they've got the angles. It comes on the other side. Vard does find a doozy. They make the charge from Lou. Vex has to try and get the med back on Vard. Repositions, but he's worried and cautious, though, that they might be trying to get the res back on. So time is ticking. They can't overextend because Sparking is here. And UK falls 7th place. That's exactly what Brazil have been waiting for. It's more points on the board for them. They're up to 9 kills and 42 points. And for neutral, they're going to go for the res. And this isn't a bad thing, because that res might just create another point that Brazil could potentially garner. Sparking will close the gap to the edge. He knows where they are. And Brazil, they might not get the map win, but they're certainly able to farm a couple more points. Big points at the moment. For the Team Neutral, they're on 9. For Brazil, they're also on 9. Tony looking for that pre-nade around the outside to see if anyone's kind of lurking there. Good hit for him, but no damage has been done. Sparking does find his way in towards the compound, but with the blue zone pushing, he has to move his way out, and Lou finds himself on the roof, but time again is ticking. Yeah, that drop's going to give away the audio cue, though, to Sparking, so he knows that he's off the roof, and both players now have the blue at their back, so they'll get into the Blanco, they'll get on the move, but this is bait. He moves up to the next compound. They've still left another player in the open. It's Lou, and Tony spotted him.
Yeah, Tony did spot Lou's peak, though. I think he was trying to find if Sparking was on the inside, but he wasn't. Good bait from neutral, though, as they leave. Looks like Tony has the molly, goes for the flash to start with. He's going to try and stop the exit from Lou. He actually goes a little bit further. Smoke comes down. It's going to try and deny the shots.
Yeah, Brazil are going to have a really small window to catch Lou once he starts winning or starts moving, so he really needs help from Batulins. Like, Lou's life is in the hands of Batulins now, but he doesn't really seem all that interested in peeking towards Brazil just yet. And here's the thing.
Ammo. Oh my God.
Yeah, but Brazil have been low all game long.
Yeah. It's like they're not fighting for the kills. It's like they're fighting to ensure they get more ammo so they can go to the next fight. They can go to the next stage. At the moment, it's not going to be happening. Jawu finds Sata. The Finlands are trying to hold on at the moment, but the zone has left them. And for China, they can now start to leave. Tony holds the higher ground as they do send reinforcements forward. Brazil need to get in zone, but they can't overstep Team Neutral.
Yeah, that nade's thrown. Lou's trapped inside. Now he's going to make his move. He steps out of the blue. This could be the chance to get the knock, and Tony finds it on the high ground. Batu, he could have stepped in. He could have intervened, but for now, he's still going to hold the compound. A nade from Spaceman wipes out Finland. Batu, surely the next player to fall, and Brazil up to 10 kills.
They're up to 10 kills. They're using the Pico Busters to try and block out and keep Sparking in the fight here. Surakin is going to be on the hold.
An eye now inside the blue, shotgun at the ready. Can you ruin Brazil's day? A couple of shots, but I think for Batu, it's done. BL gets the nade and Brazil get another. But here comes China. Sparking! He gets one, but Jawu trades it back.
They had to turn really quickly. China closed the gap massively and they annihilate Brazil. It's a huge 11 points for them on the board, plus the placement. And for China, they're down to 2. Payne's the final player for Germany. They've dug the trench, but he has to dig now and find the final 2 players.
He's too far away, though. He's way too far to do any damage, and that will allow China to regroup. 2 versus 2. They're sending it over now to get the res. Come on, Pains. You've got the chance to make something happen, but you ain't going to Xiaowu.
It's all on to Cowboy. He's just got to survive until some form of reinforcement can get here.
That nade actually did quite a bit of damage there, so now that actually does slow Philippines down. I will say, though, I've been made a fan out of Philippines. They have so much fun. They're very aggressive, very wily, and they're going to continue that on against Cowboy here. Does see him from the distance, or to the side even, I should say. That's how the reinforcing shot's going against that alternate angle. Here comes the reinforcements. Cowboy in the air, runs him down. This is crazy stuff coming out from the USA on the defense.
We going full America right now as it is just commit. Rolls right into all of it. Cowboy now starting to rally himself, got his meds back together, and while Philippines wanted this position, they're going to have to now defend it from everybody roaming around on the outside of it. Kickstart now in position on one side. Ajin in a lot of trouble. 2 different aggressors and just a tree for cover.
Now trying their best to shut this down. Good stuff by Kickstart, though. We'll finish that off there for the moment. Purdy Curdy will look for the confirm, but it's going to be the nade that gets it anyway. Cowboy still safe, still alive, unless they go super aggressive around these corners. It's going to be difficult, but the thing is now is that Philippines is stuck in this building. There, Cowboy's going to make that push forwards as well. Kickstart, this roof angle has been fantastic for him. Sees him on the roof, gets him done. That's 3 for Kickstart. That is a great squad wipe by US.
Man, they needed that one, so maybe we'll see some momentum coming out of it. Germany on defense against Argentina, who's trying to pick a fight. Argentina's been pretty involved throughout the day. It started off with them kind of bumping into everybody in game number 1. It just kind of hasn't stopped. A lot of our squads over in the west at least starting to get some breathing room, but down into the southwest, it's getting pretty dusty. Still Germany having to deal with Argentina, of course, but Denmark's going to be right on the other side of it all.
DraftKings with the nade. Not bad at all. I mean, the smoke kind of gives away exactly where you are, and if you're behind a tree next to the smoke, pinpoint accuracy coming out from Argentina to be able to deny that.
But Argentina is playing this really, really slow. This is, of course, phase number 1, so it's all just going to be about the timings and how much does this cost you getting into the circle.
Yeah, Pippa was interested in posting that nade that I was talking about before, maybe I confirmed from all of this. And now another one goes forwards, but it's not far enough. Little things that could quite easily go Argentina's way, slightly going awry. But looking for another one. DraftKings, second spray. Okay, gets Ares as well as it's Chris.
Timing for this is great. Now Denmark's getting out of position. That's going to open up more. Amy does go down. That's going to make it a bit more scary. Pippa's got to find something on this angle. Does get the knock. and it is just Payne's the last one up, and he is all lonesome. Argentina is now firmly on the hunt.
Full cleanup would be awesome. Fantastic stuff here so far from DraftKings. Finishing off the 2 that he was able to pick up earlier on. Payne's the last one remaining in the previous game. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be going very, very soon. Unless they can maybe try and make some magic happen. Little flash forwards here from DraftKings. Payne's trying to juke and jive around these buildings, seeing what he can find. If he could get a similar angle, a single angle. Oh, no, Pippa will finish it off. Good stuff by Argentina.
Instantly stops, spins back around. Celtic, there's nowhere to go. Turkey now out early.
Yeah, tough one. 18 points. I mean, there's been moments here from Turkey to actually have a good run so far. Sparking finds Fex. And again, this is the thing that really burns.
Kind of open territory, a couple of trees, but that's about it. And that's why we see so many wraps up into the north to try to approach into a more, I guess, hilly tree side of this all. But China's already set up and waiting for it.
Yeah, I don't know about this by USA at the moment. A lot of damage taken there on the entry point against Little Ghost. At the same time, though, they did send a nade against Little Ghost and take him down. Good stuff by Purdy Curdy. Kickstart takes down Spaceman. Trying to find an off angle here as well. I don't know that for China, they had a little bit of time to be able to set up a defense here, but it has completely gone against them.
Zhao Wu's just running. Tianjian's just kind of stuck back here. This is all a safety play right now. It feels like maybe China, while they did well inside the last game, not necessarily feeling this one. So where do you go? You just had to surrender a great point on the map because USA just kind of came up and stole it from you.
Actually wanted to do and how they want to defend the side of Potato, but at the same time, Argentina having a little bit of an overlook as well. Tiantian is gone thanks to Purdy. God, US is on a bit of a tear here at the moment. They've got to be careful, though, of the potential from Argentina to peek on over this ridgeline. Yes, but now some smokes do go down here to try and make the approach here from Indonesia against Denmark. They know that one is knocked currently. This could be an opportunity for Indonesia to get some points on the board. Whoa,
Denmark needing some as well. Getting caught. Nice play coming up. Gustav's going to be the one that gets down Setsua. So now Beamy on a mission of his own. Counterflank right up on top of everybody. Finds one. Gets damage onto a second, but he's not done yet. Got the nade prepped, ready. Going to be able to toss it over. Reinforcements should find a good angle. But here comes reinforcements from the Indonesia side. Nade pops perfectly. And Beamy puts in the work.
What a play by Beamy. The Denmark said it's all about Beamy, and he shows up. That's 5 for Denmark at the moment. They could probably get the res off as well there from that south side. What a hold. So they can go. This could be a perfect third-party timing, though. BL is down thanks to T-Bone doing some damage to them. Here comes Neutral, but Sparking is looking lights out today alongside Tony as well. Neutral gone as quick as that. The thing for the rest of the lobby is that the top 3 teams are currently killing each other, which isn't too bad. That's a nade. That's a perfect one. It bounces right off of him. That is going to be a confirm, surely. I cannot believe that bobbled away. Oh, but it's a double for Sparking. Goodbye, Thailand, soon enough.
All right, United States, you just jumped out into the wrong neighborhood, starting to get something back onto Ukraine. Hakatori now the last one up. United States manages to bully their way into the zone, and it's going to be Hakatori very far to the north. He can't provide the close-range assistance, but he's putting in the work, making it hazardous. Brazil trying to find something up against Thailand at roughly the same time as everybody into the south is just watching the kill feed explode.
Oh no, here comes Argentina as well. Now they actually jump Thailand into that top 3 podium position at the end of day number 1 at the moment. And I think Thailand's got no more answers to be able to make for that happen. Argentina, what a rocket up. South America in general looking fantastic here, because this could be Argentina winning the West, winning the North.
Now it's going to be second place. You called it. South America 1 and 2 over Ukraine and Thailand. So, and a potential for more. A very weakened United States still just trying to get themselves back together, and Pippa is going to continue to exploit it. Hakatori on the other side, and there is nowhere for Kickstart to go. He is just trapped in all the cars, all the mess. Even the cars are abandoning him as they roll down the hillside.
Try his best, Kickstart, dance around, reload that P90. And technically, P90s can make magic happen. Wait, he had no ammo? Did he not pick up the ammo for it? Oh. I think he need. Oh, okay. No, he's just picked it up now. 138 bullets. He didn't have enough time to be able to do it all in one fell swoop. As now Ukraine gone at the hands of Pippa. Argentina, man, they've been on the warpath.
I mean, Finland wanted to get a piece of that, but Argentina just not really letting them get anything out of it. Couple of shots. Kickstart does find the knock onto Capitan, so some vengeance back.
Just like magic tricks, boom, as quickly as that, and you're gone, though, unfortunately, for Kickstart. Gonna have to pull a rabbit out of your hat for USA in the next couple of days. That said, though, actually, a rabbit out of their hat 10 kills in this game, Matrin, for USA. So actually, the whole story has really been America's, not just South America for this game.
Keep the climb going. I mean, it started a little bit late, but now eyes drawn down to Finland, Denmark. How are they going to handle the southern section? Belmont's still alive for Thailand, but it's not feeling too good. Brazil weakened up into the north, as maybe could be bumping into Argentina. Sparking just, he's got goals, man. Every single thing that's around him, he wants to put a bullet into.
Belmath wants to just thread the needle himself for a straight send through onto some of these cars. If you can't see the dip made by either a red zone or nade, you can see the car in it, so that is a bit of a check mark, a landmark for you to be able to make this move. Not bad there at all. But here comes Argentina. Where are you going? You've got the P90 in hand, stole it away from Kickstart. Moving into these smokes, it's a good transition.
I like this. Kind of play this a little bit of a ridge. It gives you space away from Finland, who's been kind of chasing after you. Finland does have some high ground, but Finland's got their own problem, and they're having to...
Mixon still, gosh, they have so much deployable cover there. And sees Curexi on that cross does Beamy, and Keta will finishing it off straight away. I will say, it's PEC, he is a bit of a phenom with the Car 98, so the Keta 98 wasn't totally spontaneous.
Oh, Argentina finding kills on the climb of their own, wanting to try to compete up against Brazil at the top.
But even this tree is not in the blue. Oh no, he's out. He's gone.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get there. So Brazil gets more maneuverability room up into the north. But I don't know. This is a very, very open circle. You're looking at the entirety of it right now. Argentina over into Vietnam. It's just these trees, a hill, kind of recess to play for, and not much else. Squads right now as far as manpower goes in Denmark and Argentina both.
P90 just zero recoil. You can be pinpoint accurate with some of these long-range sprays. Has now sat her down once again. Argentina trying their very best to weave on in, but the Car 98 will get the knock again from Keta. As the P90 trying to finish everything off. You've got no nades, so these sprays are just trying to finish it off. Even just a little arc of a bullet to get rid of Finland somehow, some way would be huge.
They're still outside the blue. Yep, they're just going to go down, but Ketter manages to get that last little bit, and he is absolutely popping off the bolty. Good throw comes out from Tanvu, and Tony goes down.
If this were 2025, I think a lot of bets would be on Tanvu to make something work, but here in 2026, the distribution of skill has just been wider. And now here, Denmark trying to do something. That said, though, Tanvu with the double on the nade. It's over here for Brazil. They've done enough, though, today, that's for sure. Looking brilliant so far.
Beamy, of course, looming large on one side of this. Him versus Tanvu. Big aim coming out as Argentina's got nowhere to go. They're just going to surrender it over the other side, and it's going to be Tanvu that manages to find it. Beamy on the other.
Keta knocks Sololzi trying to do something. Vietnam has laid low through a lot of this game, and eventually this fight was going to boil on over here, as maybe they can get the res back up here. I think that they're scared about any more potential nades that be coming their way, but Tanvu does have another one in the pocket. They're going to really keep close eyes on that. You've got to be careful. Here come the nades. Do those thread the needle here between some of this deployable cover.
Dixon's got to hold this. He's got to defend it. There's enough time. Does manage to at least get the res back, but you still have to get the meds back into a better position. Nade goes in! And that is going to be Beamy getting knocked. Terrible position coming out from that one. Nade landed right into the pocket. Dixon, last one up. He's on fire.